said because you said, oh, as a father, now you're making it personal.
What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. And Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay, decides to break his silence on the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith beef. Let's go.
Over comments Stephen A. made regarding Bronny. I initially wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to talk about it. We didn't talk about it. Y'all didn't hear anything from me for about this for 3 weeks ago. But now LeBron just went on P-Mac, and we have to talk about it now.
Now, before Shannon Sharpe continues, I just want to let you guys know that Shannon Sharpe, he can't help himself, right? This is a super content pie. And what I mean by that is everybody wants a piece of this content because, of course, it's dealing with LeBron James, who is the face of the NBA, and Stephen A. Smith, who is the face of ESPN. So this topic, this story, is a must for any content creator. However, Shannon Sharpe, he's between a rock and a hard place because Stephen A. Smith obviously looked out for him with the job at ESPN once Skip Bayless shut that door over there at Fox. And then, of course, the way that he meat rods LeBron James. I think that Shannon Sharpe, and I've made a video about this, I think that Shannon Sharpe may be in his feelings because LeBron James has not yet made any appearance on Nightcap Club Shay. We know that these podcasts have been around for a few years now. And his boy Draymond Green. I mean, LeBron James is on Pat McAfee's show. And all of a sudden, Shannon Sharpe wants to talk. Let's keep going.
This is your job to criticize or to position where there's a guy's not performing, that's all a part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's not my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. He's going to be smiling ear to ear when this comes out talking about it because I know he's going to be happy as hell.
Real quick, LeBron James saying that it's his duty to protect the players. Where were you when Skip Bayless was completely obliterating Russell Westbrook, calling him Westbrick? I mean, where were you, LeBron?
I wish Stephen A. would just left it alone. Once he addressed it, once it happened, the first time, address it, this is what happened. He came over to me, said what he said. I want to address it now, and I'm going to be done with it.
Right.
Because as my grandma used to say, boy, stirring up old ish, it still smells.
Now, the reason that I believe Stephen A. Smith does not want to leave this alone is because Stephen A. Smith has little man syndrome, in my opinion. He's the guy that got picked on, never got selected by females, never was the sport jock type of guy. And I think that because of who he is now, the status he has, the income he's making, the way he's everywhere, he's a public figure, he's into politics, he's into sports. I feel like it's hard for Stephen A. Smith to let these things go. I also feel like Stephen A. Smith is capitalizing, right? He's going to let LeBron James make him more and more money. This brought more subscribers to his channel. It brought more content creators like myself to react. So Stephen A. Smith will not let this go because honestly, it's bad for business if he lets it go and good for business if he keeps it going, if you guys know what I'm saying.
Both sides of the equation, but Stephen A. just need to let it go. Mm-hmm. He needs to let it go. And now you're like, well, if he'd hit him, I don't think LeBron was coming to hit you. LeBron was coming to tell you, bro, just stop talking about my son. Right. He said because you said, as a father, now you're making it personal.
If you're going to tell Stephen A. Smith to let it go, you got to have the same energy for LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James is on Pat McAfee, which is watched nationally in other countries and everything. He's guy has a humongous platform. You're not telling LeBron James to let it go. So why should Stephen A. Smith be the only person to let this thing go, right? If anybody was out of place in that moment, it was LeBron James because his job was to be on the court playing basketball. Stephen A. Smith's job was to be a fan and to report the game from his perspective like anybody else in that media space is doing. I don't think that Shannon Sharpe is being fair here. But again, these people would say and do anything to stay in good grace with LeBron James. And mind you guys, LeBron James still has not made an appearance on Club Shay. He can make an appearance on Mind the Game with JJ Redick. He can make an appearance with Pat McAfee, but he has not, till this day, made an appearance with Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, he'll send him a few shoes here and there, but at the same time, I just feel like, man, sometimes you got to just stop riding for these guys that aren't reciprocating the same energy, and they make you look more and more like a grown ass fanboy.
This is how LeBron, I think, took it. You making it seem that I'm not a good father, that I'm not putting putting my son in a position to be successful. And so you're pushing this. And so LeBron took it a certain way.
What kills me is people in the media act like Stephen A. Smith was not telling the truth. I mean, don't get me wrong. I call Stephen A. Smith out on a lot of his bullshit. But can we just really be real here? If this, I believe, were any other player outside of LeBron James, you could think of the next superstar in line in the NBA, whether that's Steph Curry to most people, or Kevin Durant, or Anthony Edwards, whatever. If it was anybody else, I don't think that they would have the same energy. I think that they would be more so on the lines of, well, Stephen A. Smith was doing his job. It wouldn't be all of this protective bullshit over LeBron James and his son. And mind you, man, Bronny James is doing good things over there in the G League. We know that the talent over there is lesser. I'm not going to take anything from him. But Stephen A. Smith was not calling LeBron James out as a father. He was actually looking out and just talking out loud. He's voicing everybody's thoughts and opinions that you are bringing a world of hurt upon your own son, LeBron James, and you may not know it because right now all you see is success in your resume and how to be better at this versus MJ or whatever the motive may be. I just simply think that, Stephen A. Smith wasn't wrong. Most people gonna go out here and want to just bandwagon LeBron James. And you can see it in Shannon Sharpe's face. You can even see it when they do live reactions on First Take. He doesn't want to go against LeBron James because he's pretty much made a career off wearing a goat mask and putting a black and mild in his mouth and advocating for LeBron James. Goat James this, Goat James that. So he's not going to give fair criticism. And Stephen A. Smith is his partner.
And am I surprised LeBron responded the way he did so publicly? Because LeBron is a very private person.
Yes, sir.
He might have an issue with someone and you will never know it.
You'll never know it, yeah.
You will never know it. So for him to do that at a game, and it wasn't after the game, it wasn't before the game, it was the third quarter during a timeout.
Right.
Lets you know how upset he was at Stephen A. and what Stephen A. had been saying. But at this point in time, I understand LeBron. They asked LeBron about this, but if I'm Stephen A., hey, guys, I'm already.
Why Stephen A. Smith?
He said what he said. I understood his point. I said what I said. Now it's time to move on.
Right.
Look, it's not going to stop me from talking about LeBron James, the basketball player on the court. But the incident, I feel that we've talked about it ad nauseum. I feel we've talked about it enough, and now it's time to move on.
These fanboys, man. Can't call a spade nowadays. This is somebody who ideally helped onboard you to ESPN. I'm not saying that you have to be on LeBron James' side or Stephen A. Smith's side here, okay? But what I will say is that you need to be fair. And Shannon Sharpe does not want to be fair. And he's straddling the lines of middleman behavior. He wants to be the middleman because what he's trying to do is get content out there because this is a must talk about topic while not stepping on the toes of LeBron James and not stepping on the toes of Stephen A. Smith. But he knows that Stephen A. Smith isn't going to treat him the way LeBron James would treat him if you were to betray him. LeBron James will unfollow you. You probably won't get any more special tennis shoes. You probably won't get invited to all the clutch events. Stephen A. Smith has none of that to offer. And at the same time, you're just as popular and big as Stephen A. Smith on his own platform at ESPN. Y'all both have wonderful podcasts / shows on YouTube. So it's probably more easier to go as Stephen A. Smith, just like it's more easier for LeBron James to go as Stephen A. Smith, which is what he did. LeBron James will not run up on Kendrick Perkins like that. Kendrick Perkins said something about Bronny James. Magic Johnson has said stuff about Bronny James. So many of people in the media, Kevin Garnett, you ain't gonna run up on Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. I mean, there are a plethora of former players from not just basketball, but sports in general. Ryan Clark, people have reacted to this everywhere. So why would he just run up on Stephen A. Smith? Again, people know who to pick fights with, and that's just my stance on that. But hey, Shannon Sharpe is pretty much breaking his silence and telling Stephen A. Smith to stand down, but not LeBron James. So there you guys have it, man. A lot of hypocrisy around this thing, but let me know what y'all think. Drop those comments in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about Shannon Sharpe's stance and his take. Or how do you guys feel about my take? Do you guys feel like it's fair what I said, or do you guys feel like maybe I'm wrong here? Let me know like you often do. Drop those comments, guys. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you guys can get more of my content. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.